What is up, guys, and welcome to the introduction, the long overdue introduction, prelude, I'm trying to call it, to this little Renegade Platinum thing I'm doing where I decided, actually you guys decided. I asked you guys, did you want me to record and upload my Pokemon League challenge for this off-screen Renegade Platinum Nuzlocke I've been talking about? There's been a little bit of questions, a little bit of intrigue, so I asked you guys blew me away, said you definitely wanted to see it, so here we are. And one thing I do have to say, if you're here for the League Challenge, that's not happening in this video. If you want action, you're going to go ahead and probably want to skip this one. Like I said, in this video, it's really going to be more of a little introduction into it. What I wanted to do in this video is hopefully kind of keep it brief, but we don't really do things we don't really do that well here in this channel, so I'll try my best here, guys. But what I wanted to do was introduce... was talk about really my experience with the game so far, my thoughts on the game, and show you guys the team and get you prepared and hyped for the challenge as I am. So, the first thing I want to do is, I just want to tell you guys how I feel about the game. My thoughts on the game is, obviously, it is advertised as an enhancement hack of Pokemon Platinum. This is Renegade Platinum made by Adriano, an enhancement of originally Pokemon Platinum. So, a lot of things are updated. Types are updated, like there's fairy type, a lot of abilities and stuff are changed. Essentially, it's Platinum, but on steroids, a lot more challenging and enhanced in a lot of ways. Some of the features are enhanced, like unlimited TM usage, things like that, updated. Actually, abilities aren't updated, which is kind of frustrating, which I'll talk more about that later. Yeah, like I said, quality of life changes, like unlimited TMs, and then they've tweaked the story a little bit here and there, made it more complete, I believe. So, like, you have to access all parts of the region to complete the story, whereas other parts you can normally skip and stuff in the game. So that's really cool. I love that. And it's obviously really, really difficult, really, really challenging. That's the main selling point of the game, and it definitely does not fall short of that. I've really enjoyed that aspect because I haven't been able to get into a draft league in a while. I've been wanting to do one since the beginning of this year. Haven't been able to do that, so I'm able to kind of get my competitive juices flowing, if you will, with this kind of hack, and the challenge is definitely real. So I would say if you're just doing a Let's Play of this game and no Nuzlocke, you're going to have a good time. It's going to be really challenging. It's going to make you think. It's going to, it's going to improve your skills as a Pokemon player. I think if you're doing a Nuzlocke, though, all of those things still apply, but it is extremely, extremely difficult. I'm not doing no hardcore Nuzlocke, things like big. And also, there are two different versions of this game. There is the classic version and the complete version. The complete version, some of the Pokemon typings are changed. For instance, Electivires, electric fighting, so things like that. But I'm playing the classic version where Pokemon typings are not changed because I didn't want that kind of headache trying to know, because, like, obviously I don't know what typings are all changed and things like that. I don't want to deal with that, so typings are not changed. Unfortunately, one thing I wish was different, when I selected to play the classic version, I thought the base stats, because that's another thing they did, was make a lot of the mons that are trash that you would never want to use, they improved their base stats to make them more viable competitively. And so I thought it was only the typings that weren't changed in the classic, but unfortunately base stats also weren't changed in the classic version. So trash mons are still essentially trash mons, which is unfortunate. But hey, in the future, if they had a difference like that and I'm playing another Drayon or ROM hack like that, I will just go ahead and do the complete version because I want all the base stats to be there. I want every Pokemon to be even more of a threat, and also every Pokemon to be something I might want to consider using if they've obviously improved its competitive viability. So I think that pretty much gets all that stuff out of the way. Is extremely challenging, extremely stressful, had a lot of deaths in this series. So next thing I really want to do is I really just want to go ahead and show you guys the deaths and talk a little bit about the deaths I've had up to this point. Obviously, we've done everything. We battled Barry. The only thing left to do is challenge the Pokemon League. So look at all these deaths in here. I'm going to talk about each and every single one of them. This is not scripted, so I'll just say what comes out. There might be some I don't even remember. Honestly, this is Trevor, my EJ, or Trevor, EJ, Jolteon. I call it Trevor or EJ, either one. So obviously this is not his mascot anymore, but it was named after him at the time before I really realized what was going on with Manectric and everything. But yes, I lost this thing. I've talked about it in the verses to a Chimecho. It had literally had to be 5 HP left. I feel like it had to have a focus band. I went for quick attack. Yes, I know Jolteon does not have the best physical attack, but still, it was on like 5 HP and went for a quick attack, which I didn't need to do that. I outsped the Chimecho anyway. Did not need to do that. I lost in the Eternal Force to a Chimecho, went for quick attack, didn't kill, lived on, literally had to have been 1 HP, and then killed me with whatever move I honestly don't remember, but, you know, that was our first death in the series. Our next death was our starter, Goki, named after Goki Gamer, whose mascot is an Infernape. We lost it. You battle Aaron, I think the Bug-type Pokemon League member, on your way into Hearthome, and I lost my Monferno to his Venomoth from full with Psychic. Yes, I know I'm not fully evolved, but for some reason in my silly head, I thought I was going to outspeed the Venomoth, and worst case scenario, if I didn't outspeed, I thought it wouldn't OHKO me. Well, 1, I did not outspeed, and 2, it did OHKO me. So, unfortunately, we lost our Monferno in that battle. So, yeah, I mean, that was what I thought I'd outspeed, and I thought I wouldn't die in one shot, and unfortunately, I did. What is going on here? Now my controller's not working. We're off to a great start in this. Hopefully it'll work. Okay, yeah, it's working again. Sorry about that, guys. Live editing, no cuts here, baby. I want to try and get this up as soon as possible. It is Thursday, breaking the fourth wall. It is Thursday, May 13th, 10:30 p.m. EST. So I want to go ahead and get this up as soon as I can. Probably going to be Saturday, so I don't know. Sorry about my controller. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Yes, next up we had Trash Deferred. It was a Centred. I caught it in literally the very first route. And adamant nature, though, and this was before I realized base stats weren't updated, so I thought this thing was actually going to be pretty solid. I wanted to use it against in the fight against whatever the Ghost-type gym leader is. I wanted to use it in that fight. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, Fantina, because obviously at that point in time, I had no other normal types on the team, no dark types, so I had no Ghost immunity and no Ghost resist. I thought she was going to wreck me if I didn't put this thing on the team, and I ended up losing in the grinding to a Zangoose with a crit revenge, so, you know, that was cool. That was cool. So that's what happened to Trash there. Next up, we had Jet the Togekiss, named after my Togekiss I had in the IBA Season 2 and other draft leagues I've done. So with the super luck, unfortunately, I would have rather had some Green Grace, but I lost it. There's a double battle in the Pokemon Mansion. Of course, I got double teamed, and I think I got crit. And one of the moves crit me as well, and I lost my Togekiss in that double battle. The Pokemon Mansion is a little bit, I don't think is normally in Platinum, but it's something they did in this game again to enhance the story mode. So you have to do some Platinum shenanigans in the Mansion, you know, in Route 212 with the Trophy Guard and all that stuff. And yeah, we lost our Togekiss in that double battle by getting crit and double teamed. Next up, we have Bell, the Drifblim, which this thing would put in a lot of work for me. I used it in the battle against Maylene, and I think it died in the battle against Maylene, but it did put in a lot of work in that battle. I don't remember exactly how it died, but I remember, you know, this thing had the Unburden ability. I put a Citrus Berry on it, or some kind of berry or something. So turn 1, I think we got flinched, and then missed our Air Slash or something. So it was fantastic. This thing definitely put in a lot of work. Not really. It did help us out a little bit, though. So we lost in the battle against Maylene. I don't remember. Oh, yeah, it was a crit Dark Pulse from a Lucario was how we lost it, because the Lucario went for agility and then got a flinch on us, ended up critting us with Dark Ball. So, yeah, are you happy, John? I lost it to Lucario. Next up was Jaws, the Gabite. Man, I wanted a Garchomp so badly, guys. Rough skin, and this thing was even Jolly Nature, too. Really, really good, man. I was so upset about this. I wasn't expecting it. I lost it in the fight against Barry before Wake's Gym, or after, one of the two. I can't remember. He leads with his Staraptor, and it has Reckless ability in this game, and I really wasn't expecting that. I didn't even make the connection that it didn't have Intimidate, but yeah, he has Reckless in this game, and they also give it Double Edge. Didn't even need Crit Me. Just Reckless, Double Edge, just took me out from full. I think I was about the same level, too, as the Staraptor. I was very depressed. This is one of the deaths that hurt me more than others, because Garchomp is a very devastating mon to lose, but hey, and that's what happened. So that's how we lost our Gabite, like right before our Garchomp 2 was already in the 40s. Next up, we lost Nessie the Lapras. Oh man, how did I lose this thing? Honestly, guys, I can't remember. I want to say it was in the battle against Wake, but I might be wrong. I honestly don't remember how we lost this thing at all. I was surprised to see here. So like I said, there might be some deaths I don't remember. A lot of them I really do. Yeah, this is one I really don't remember about. But look at this moveset, though. Dragon Pulse, Psychic, Shockwave, and Ice Beam. Go ahead and move on to the next one. Next one was Shady the Sceptile. Oh, I remember this. There's a double battle that you can avoid in the foggy area. It's those two trainers that are like following each other, like running around in a loop-de-loop once you go up the stairs. I could have avoided them. I know normally they only have 2 Pokemon, but of course in Renegade Platinum they have 6. And you know how I feel about double battles. Again, of course, we got crit with, I think, Ice Fang from Gyarados, and then a Thrash from a... what is that thing? Thrash from the bear. The normal type bear, Ursaring. So yeah, double team, crit Ice Fang from Gyarados, and Thrash from the Ursaring. There's no way this thing was living that, man. This thing put in a lot of work. It's really, really fast. Devastating to lose. I had it as a special attacker, even though for some reason I have X's on this right now. Not sure why. But yeah, as you can see, I trained it to be a special attacker with 137 over the 88. Next up, oh my gosh. In this game, you battle Lucas a few times. By the way, I am the female sprite. If you guys didn't realize that, I am the female because I absolutely love the female sprite in Generation 4. It's like my favorite character sprite in all the games. So yeah, I'm the female in this. I named my character, spoiler alert, Jen, after my wife, Jennifer. I couldn't put Jennifer, so I just shortened it to Jen. Because I've been very lucky and fortunate to have her in my life. I thought she'd bring me the luck in this run here, so that's why I named my character that. Anyway, back to the deaths. You battle Lucas on your way to Celestic Town. Right before you enter Celestic Town, you battle him. His Alakazam bodied me, man. His Alakazam literally took 2 of my mons. This is one of them. And I'm very happy and fortunate I made it out of that battle alive because I thought that Alakazam might sweep me. So, spoiler alert, I'm not going to say what it was. I had 1 Pokemon in. The Alakazam was doing too much damage to me, so it read me. And I switched out to Manaphy, hoping to take the Shadow Ball, which was neutral on my other Pokemon. And he went for Energy Ball, was not expecting it, but still, I was at full health. He crit me. Crit Oko from full. Manaphy never even did anything in that battle. Just crit Energy Ball on the switch in, took me out from full, which makes sense because Shadow Ball is neutral on the other Pokemon, so is Energy Ball. So it makes sense why you'd want to go for Energy Ball over Shadow Ball because Energy Ball is 90, whereas Shadow Ball is 80 base power. So it's not exactly like a read, but it felt like a read in the moment, which losing Manaphy was really, really devastating. Obviously, this is a mythical Pokemon, base 100 across the board. Yeah, it really stung to lose this thing. The other Pokemon I lost in that battle, also to the Alakazam, took 2 mons, was my Spiritomb. So this is the Pokemon I had in. It was going for Shadow Ball, and I barely lived. It went for 2 Shadow Balls. I was like, okay, he's going to go for Shadow Ball. I switched into Manaphy. That's how I lost my Manaphy. I ended up putting the Spiritomb back in there, and I think he crit me with the Dazzling Gleam, took me out from full or something like that. Yeah, the crits, man. You love the crits in this game. Trust me, more on that in a minute. So yeah, Alakazam, I think crit Dazzling Gleam, or maybe a crit shout. I honestly don't remember, but I definitely remember it was to the Alakazam, which just was pretty upsetting because you have this thing is a good Pokemon, it's only weak to Fairy. Had Calm Mind, Dark Paw, Shadow Ball, Shadow Sneak on this thing. I was really upset to lose both these. Then this death, man, Rotom really, really hurt me. I had it in the Rotom Mo form, and I'm very sad to say I don't even remember how this thing was lost, but I think it was a critical hit to something. And it was very, very, very upsetting. Rotom put in a lot of work for me for so long. Obviously, in this game, you could switch it. In this version of Platinum, you could switch it into different forms. So, losing this thing, very devastating. I don't remember how I lost it, but I do believe a critical hit was involved. So, I guess there's really nothing else to say about this. Oh, man, the Will-O-Wisp, Shadow Ball, Leaf Storm, Thunderbolt. This thing put in work. Man, I'm so sad to lose this. Next up, we had Andy the Blastoise. I don't really remember how this thing died, going to be honest with you. I've lost a lot of water types in this run. Blastoise with Rain Dish, which was pretty cool. Yeah, don't really remember how this thing was lost. I'm going to take a stab in the dark, though, and say that a critical hit was involved. I'm pretty sure a critical hit was involved, so there's nothing else to say about that. Then we lost Jeffery the Mr Mime with the filter ability. I remember this thing. Look at this. I had the screens in this thing. And we were in against a... What is that thing? The bug. The Yanmega. We were in against the Yanmega, which because of the Fairy type added this thing, which Fairy Resist Bug, his Bug Buzz was neutral. So I had a Light Screen up, but then he got a Bug Buzz crit, which I think goes through Light Screen as well. And crit me from full with a Bug Buzz. Of course, you know, once again, you got to love those critical hits. So losing this thing was pretty big because this time I was really struggling to find a 6th member because... a lot of my typings were repeated. This thing was a Psychic Fairy. I didn't really have a good Psychic or Fairy to put into this thing, to replace this thing once it died. So when I lost this thing, it was pretty tough for me to figure out how I wanted to rearrange the team. Caused me to rearrange a little bit. Next up, we lost Dobbs. Shout out to Dobbs. If you guys don't know Dobbs, he is definitely a really, really big PokeTuber in the community. One of my inspirations. So his mascot is Psyduck, so I named this after Dobbs. This thing put in a lot of work for me. Man, I don't remember how it died. I really don't remember how it died. Look at that moveset. Crit, Serve, Power Gem, Psychic, and Ice Beam. Some of these deaths, like I said, hit me more than others. This one, I guess, didn't hit me too much because I don't really remember how it died. Once again, lost a lot of water types in this game, and we already over 15 minutes. So I really need to speed this video up because I wanted it to be like 10 to 15 minutes max. I really just need to keep it on that 30 minutes mark. That's really, really what I want to do. So if you guys are still here, you guys are cool. I love you guys. I love you guys very much. So, and then this thing, I do remember how we lost this. Oh my gosh. Helena, the Gyarados with the Intimidate, was Careful Nature too. Up in Special Defense was really, really good because the Gyarados has pretty solid Special Defense as is. Down in Special Attack, obviously doesn't matter. I lost this in the battle against the Ice-type gym leader. I don't remember what her name is at this time. She had a Frostlass with a Life Orb. It had Thunderbolt. I had my Typhlosion in there at the time. And what's funny is I was at about, I think, 60-ish. By the way, it was hailing the entire time in that battle, so let me just say that. So I had my Typhlosion in against the... So I had my Typhlosion about 60%. She sends in her Frostlass, and I heal up because I'm not sure how much damage she's going to do to me. Big mistake. Big mistake. I'm pretty sure I could have OHKO'd that thing with a Flamethrower, but I wasn't 100% sure how much damage it was going to do, so I didn't want to risk it or who was going to outspeed who. So it does for Shadow Ball. It does slightly under 50%, so I'm pretty sure even if I didn't kill with Flamethrower, I would have lived the Shadow Ball that she was going to do. So I kept trying to heal stall this thing out. Wasn't working for me. Eventually, she did get a Special Defense drop with Shadow Ball. So I was like, okay, I can't stay in anymore. This is not a useful thing. She had not revealed Thunderbolt yet, so I knew it was a risk. I was like, all right, I'm going to switch into Gyarados. I think this thing gets Thunderbolt. I switch into Gyarados. All right, takes the Shadow Ball, perfectly fine. I go ahead and heal up. And I was like, if she's got the Thunderbolt, she's going to go for it here. She goes for the Thunderbolt. Life Orb boosted, by the way. Gyarados literally lives on 1 HP. I am not joking with you. Lives on 1. And then dies to the hail. I can't make this up, man. Lives on 1 HP and then dies to the hail. Careful Nature Gyarados. Really, really upset to lose this thing. Intimidate. Gyarados is a beast. Really upset. Oh my gosh. Lance, dude. Oh my gosh. Lance, the Aerodactyl. Aerodactyl, if you guys don't know, is insanely fast. 130 base speed. Rock Head ability. And they gave it Brave Bird in this game. Brave Bird stab, no recoil. I was devastated losing this thing. And I still haven't been able to replace it because you don't get a lot of mons with base 130 speed that can outspeed pretty much everything. With the adding the fact of how hard it hits with Brave Bird. Oh my gosh, guys. Let me tell you. I lost this thing to the commander that has Toxicroak in the battle after Cyrus in the hideout. So you go to the room. It's got the 3 legendary Pokemon in it. You battle the commander in there. It's got Toxicroak. Okay, so they're sending out Toxicroak. I send in Aerodactyl. Goes for Fake Out turn 1. Not a big deal. I'm a Rock type, and it's a weak move, so it doesn't really do too much damage to me, but it does a little bit of chip. I don't know if it mattered. So I get flinched, obviously. Then the next turn, I go for Brave Bird. The Toxicroak lives on 1 because of a Focus Sash. Goes for a Cross Chop, lands Cross Chop, and crits me and takes me down because Aerodactyl does not have the best defense. Is another thing. I also have a down in defense nature, so I think all those things matter. Obviously, the Focus Sash mattered. Obviously, landing Cross Chop. It does have an increased critical hit ratio, so it is what it is. But, the Focus Sash and then crit Cross Chop, man. And then did the chip from Fake Out matter? Honestly, I don't know. But losing this thing, very, very devastating. And honestly, I still haven't really actually replaced it because you don't, like I said, base 130 speed is really, really difficult to come by. Yeah, I'm really, really devastated to lose this thing. But we try to proceed as best we can and put something in its place. Next up, we got Moana, named after, you guys don't know, the Disney movie Moana. We got Moana, the Poliwrath with the Water Absorb ability. This thing was really, really good, really, really clutch. For me, it really, really helped. Like I said, I mentioned this, I tweeted about this, right? The battle against Cyrus in the Distortion world, before you even battle his full team, if you guys don't know Renegade Platinum, it's a double battle with Dialga and Palkia. Both of them on the field at the same time, both level 70, which hits you out of nowhere, because look, my Poliwrath level 62. My team is at like the early 60s at this point. level 70 Dialga and Palkia in a double battle against you. First off, I'm shocked I made it through that battle alive. And literally, this is the only Pokemon I lost in that battle. I think it was an Earth Power from the Dialga and then a Crit Spatial Rend from the Palkia that took this thing down. Obviously, a double team and a crit. I'm not sure if the crit mattered. Earth Power and the Spatial Rend might have killed me anyway. But hey, it is what it is. Next up, we've got Danny the Dusknoir, which losing this thing again also really hit me hard. I'm going to have to speed this up because we are 20 minutes in. Devastated losing this thing because this thing was my answer to Alakazam's. After Alakazam put in so much work against me, Lucas's Alakazam taking out 2 of my mons, I trained this thing with the Frisk ability up in Special Defense Nature to be my certified Alakazam answer because otherwise Alakazam really fast, didn't really have much of an answer for it. Look at this. Shadow Punch never misses. Normally 60 base power, they upped it to 80 base power in this generation. Dude, it is so BS the way I lost this thing, guys. I was so upset. Okay, so I'm battling this random trainer in the water route after the 8th gym. They send out a Slowbro, full health. I send out my Dusknoir, full health, right? Okay, so I go for Shadow Punch, turn 1, and the Slowbro just barely lives, goes for Trick Room. Okay, I'm thinking, not a big deal, right? Dusknoir is really not that fast. The Pokemon is pretty slow, actually. So I'm like, that's fine. So next turn I go for Shadow Sneak, take out the Slowbro. I'm full health. Trick Room is still up. Next up, they send out a Gorbis. I'm like, okay, Gorbis I think is decently fast, probably faster than my Dusknoir, which would mean a Trick Room that I should be outspeeding it. Wrong. I don't know how slow that Gorbis is. Maybe that trainer specifically made it really slow because of its Trick Room with Slowbro. I honestly don't know. Turn 1, Confuse Ray, it outspeeds me because of Trick Room apparently. Confuse Ray, hit myself with Confusion. I'm like, okay, this is very minimal chip here. Am I going to really worry about this? No. So guess what? Go for Shadow Punch again. Turn 2. Crits me with Hydro Pump. I live the crit Hydro Pump and the Confusion damage for turn 1. Hit myself with Confusion for the 2nd turn in a row. That's how my Dusknoir dies, which I should have been outspeeding that thing from the first place because of Trick Room. Didn't. Hit myself with Confusion twice and a critical hit Hydro Pump. All those things had to go wrong for me to lose my Dusknoir. Can you tell I was upset? Dusknoir, by the way, Dusknoir, I'm pretty sure was the only reason we survived that double battle against the Palkia and the Dialga against Cyrus in the Distortion world. I'm pretty sure we would not have survived it. He ate a Roar Time from the Dialga. Barely, barely lived it, but lived a Roar Time from the Dialga nonetheless. Oh my goodness, I was upset to lose this thing. And then this is my last death. I literally just lost this in the fight against Barry, man. Shiny, Shiftry, Luchador, Sucker Punch, Fake Out, Knockoff, Leap Blade. This thing really hurt to lose because the Stab priority Sucker Punch and then the Stab Fake Out, or not Stab, but Fake Out, losing that was really upsetting. Honestly, guys, not my last death. I have one more to talk about at this. I really should have expected it. He sent out his Empoleon. I was looking for a way to hit it neutrally with Leaf Blade and then a Fake Out, Sucker Punch. I was like, I'm sure he's going to have an Ice-type move. But hey, I'm going to live that Ice Beam, right? I'm going to live that Ice Beam. I know Shifter only has base 60 defense, which isn't good, and Empoleon hits pretty hard. But I'm going to live that Ice Beam, right? Okay, turns out he didn't have Ice Beam. He had Blizzard. Crit O-code me from full. Honestly, my mistake. I had a different one. I probably could have handled it better, but I didn't have a really good way to hit it. But I was worried about it setting up on me, so I'm like, Shiftry threatens it enough. Blizzard, take me out from full. Oh my gosh, so upset. And then lastly, MetaMech. Look at this box, guys. I got MetaMech on his lonesome because he deserves his own spotlight. He deserves his own show down in the corner here by himself. Speaking of Empoleons, they put in a lot of pressure against me in this playthrough. I lost this to an Empoleon in Byron's gym. I lost no bonds to Byron at all. He was a pushover. He was probably the easiest gym leader in this entire thing, if you ask me. But I lost this to an Empoleon. I was 4 levels over it. Level 54. It was only level 50, I'm pretty sure. It was just a random trainer in there. Crit me from full. Killed me with Surf. Metagross has base 90 special defense and base 80 HP. I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong about that. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure. So definitely not bad special defense. Solid HP. And it's a neutral move, and I'm 4 levels over, and it took me out from full, man. It wasn't even a Hydro Pump. It was a Surf. I feel like that Empoleon had to have been holding a Choice Specs or something. Maybe not. I tried so hard to keep MetaMech safe this entire time because I really wanted to use this thing. And then that Empoleon with a crit Surf just had to ruin it all. Just had to ruin it all, man. Really upsetting. All these deaths, very upsetting. It's hard to replace each one of them because you work so hard with the grinding and stuff in this game. So the way I separated, these are my live mons that I could potentially add to the team. I separated them by nature, so if I deem something to have a good nature, like up in a certain attack or up in speed or something, I put them in this box. If they have a okay nature, which is like neutral or something, I put them in these boxes. We got okay, okay, 2 boxes here. Then we got bad nature. Look at all these bad nature mons I have. Ponyta, down in speed. Porygon Z would be down in speed, down in special attack, down in speed Gengar, down in speed, or down in special attack, one of those, like down in attacks, Shiny Scyther, just down in speed, Shiny Rapidash. All these really, really good mons, man. Just down in speed, down in special attack, whatever. And then I even have this Sneasel here, which I considered using, but it's down in speed. It still hits really hard, and it would still be pretty fast, but down in speed, I just figured it wasn't going to be worth it. Next up, I know, like I said, we are over 25 minutes here, so this video might end up being over 30 minutes, so I really apologize, guys. You guys are still here. You guys are real, man. You guys are real. But list of items. I have Miracle Seed here for 1 Pokemon in case I want to boost its Grass-type moves. Choice Band in case I want to put that on somebody. I'm not 100% sure now. Magnet just in case, so I guess maybe we have an Electric type. Muscle Band, maybe. Probably not. All these items sold for really cheap anyway, so wasn't sure if I needed to sell them or not. Bright Powder. 1 Soft Sand, potentially for a ground type we might have. Focus Sash. I bought 7 of these freaking Focus Sashes. This is one of my strategies for getting through these battles, potentially putting on Focus Sash. If somebody surprised me with a move or crits me with a move, maybe I'll live. If they put up hazards, or they got Sandstorm or Hail or something, they're probably not going to work, which one of the trainers is a ground type trainer in the Pokemon League, so I'm sure they're going to have a Hippowdon with Sandstream, so Focus Sash is probably not going to be worth it in that battle. Unless I go for like a weather move myself or something, potentially. Haven't ruled that out yet. Or they could put up hazard, which obviously would ruin all that. So now, the moment you've all been waiting for, my actual team. Are you guys ready to see my actual team? You guys know how we do things around here. I ain't going to show you. I'm not going to show you. You guys aren't seeing this right now. Our first team member, we got Jeremy, named after the Jeremy, the Blaziken, holding the Charcoal currently, Fire and Fighting typing to boost its Fire type moves, with the Lone Nature up in attack, so this thing hits like a freaking truck, level 77. By the way, all my mons on my team are level 77. I asked Big, he said Cynthia's Ace level 78. Normally I would go a little bit lower, but in a hack like this, I don't want to go much lower. I really don't want to be under-leveled versus Cynthia, so I'm hoping, worst case scenario, we match her Ace's level, so all my Pokemon are level 77. I still think it's going to be insanely challenging, but here we are. Lonely Nature up in attack with the speed boost ability. Yes, that's right. We got speed boost on our Blaziken, baby. Really excited about that. Blaziken in general does not have the best speed. It's okay. But after a couple turns, we are going to be insanely, insanely fast. With the moves Blaze Kick, Protect. Yes, I put Protect in this thing to help with that speed boosting ability. Sky Uppercut, which again, this thing does not get close combat, which is very, very upsetting. The best fighting type moves it gets is High Jump Kick. Not going to be risking that in Nuzlocke. And Superpower, which if I'm relying on a late game sweep, a speed boost Blaziken, I don't think it's smart to be relying on a move that's, after I use it, lowers my attack and defense. Maybe I'm wrong. You guys can let me know if you disagree. So, unfortunately, we're going to rock out with Sky Uppercut as our best move. 85 base power, 90 accuracy. But they upped Blaze Kick to 100 accuracy in this game, which is really, really nice because I didn't want to worry about Flare Blitz recoil either. By the way, that's something that might be a flaw of mine. I don't like to use recoil moves in Nuzlocke and Draft League. Might need to change it up in Draft League. Still, here in this Nuzlocke, don't really want to be risking with recoil moves because if I lose them on to recoil, I'm going to be extremely, extremely upset. So yes, this video is definitely going to be a little over 30 minutes. Oh my gosh, did my controller just do this thing again? Guys, I'm so sorry. Oh, this is very frustrating. I guess that's their way of telling me. Oh, here we go. We're working again. I don't know what happened the last time. But yes, this is Blaziken, our first team member. Next up, we've got Kip, the Staraptor, holding the Silk Scarf. Normal flying type, Silk Scarf to boost power of those normal type moves. Also, Lonely Nature up and attack. So this thing also hits like a freaking truck. With the Reckless ability, you guys don't know how much I really, really wish this thing had Intimidate. I feel like it would be so much better for us. But unfortunately, I can't pick abilities. It's got Reckless, which, like I said, don't run recoil moves, so I don't have any spoiler on this mon. Instead, I've got Return, which should be maxed out at base 102 right now. Fly, which they increased to base 100 in this game, and also 100 accuracy. So still hit really, really hard with these moves. Then also Stab, Silk Scarf right now, boosted Quick Attack, and Close Combat just for coverage. Probably won't be clicking Close Combat too often, but hey, it's there if we need it. Nothing really else to say about this thing, except it hits like a truck. Look at this attacking stat, 269. It's even higher than Blaziken's, if you can believe it. This thing hits very, very hard. And then I love that Stab Quick Attack. And then that stab, return, and fly. 100 base power, 100 accuracy. Can't get over that. Next up, we have got Dumbolina, named after Dumbo, the elephant, but it's a female. And it's a shiny, by the way, Dumbolina, currently holding the leftovers. Ground typing, potentially we get this thing soft sand to boost its ground type moves. I really, really love this thing. It's one of my favorite team members on the team because it's got base 120 defense normally, so up in defense, and I don't even care about the speed. Up in defense gives it base 132 defense, so this thing is very, very defensive. I put a lot of defensive EVs into this thing, so it is definitely going to be our physical tank. It hits really, really hard. Still a 230 attack, 269 defense. Also got a solid HP stat. Excuse me. With the Sandville, don't really care about that. Doesn't really matter too much to me. It's got good coverage too with Earthquake, Ice Shard, Priority. Really, really nice. Knockoff and Play Rough. So this thing is going to be really, really nice. I love the diversity in the moveset I got in this thing. And then Priority, Ice Shard. You can't beat it. That's a priority move that you don't normally see on a lot of mods. So that ice typing with the priority is going to be really, really nice. And then the defense on this thing, love it. It's going to be our physical tank. Really, really excited about this thing. Hopefully it puts in the work. Next up, yes, we have another shift tree, guys. I have a story to tell you about this shift tree, and I'm going to try to keep it as short and sweet as I can. Currently holding the black glass to boost the power of his dark type moves. Grass and dark typing. Jolly Nature with the chlorophyll ability. And the moves Knockoff, Rock Tomb, just to potentially lower speed, Sucker Punch, and Leaf Blade. Guys, I initially had this shift tree on the team before the other one that died, that ended up being shiny. But I had Fake Out on here. And for some reason, I got rid of Fake Out in the grinding because I wanted to teach it Aerial Ace to help. Oh my gosh, I'm so upset. Apparently, Fake Out is only a move Nuzleaf learns. So at the move relearner, I could not teach Fake Out again to this shift tree. I was very, very upset, guys, and I'm still very, very upset because I lost the other one with Fake Out. Having Fake Out on the shift tree is one of its biggest pros. Not having it, extremely upsetting, which is why, even though I already had this one leveled up at the time, once I realized I couldn't get Fake Out back on it, I ended up catching the other one shiny in grinding, so even though it had a worse nature, that one was relaxed nature, whereas this one's jolly, and it had early bird instead of chlorophyll. So I ended up grinding up the other one because it had Fake Out, which, like I said, one of the biggest pros for shift tree, and then it literally ended up dying in a battle against Barry just now, so then I was like, all right, guess I'm going back to this shift tree without Fake Out. I really, really wish this thing had Fake Out, guys, but I'm going to keep this thing on the team. I still think it's our best option for our team, even without Fake Out. Hopefully it does not come back to bite us. Very, very upset about it. Hey, it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. I thought about, I don't even know if this is possible before you hackers get onto me, but if it is possible, I thought about trying to hack this thing with PK Hex and put Fake Out back on it, because I think it is absolutely so infuriating and dumb that this thing can't get Fake Out on as a shift tree. I mean, I understand it. There are some moves that are exclusive to previous evolutions, but I literally already had Fake Out on this thing. If an evolution already had Fake Out on it, even if it can't normally learn it as that, but it already had it, how could you not reteach it something it already knew? It does. So frustrating. Can you guys tell I'm upset about it? Because Fake Out would be really, really nice to have on this mod, because it would be our only mod with Fake Out. Spoiler alert. But hey, maybe Chlorophyll will come in clutch. Potentially in that ground battle, I might teach this thing Sunny Day over Rock Tomb to reset the sand, and my speed will be doubled too, which is really nice. And Jolly Nature a lot better than Relax. So even though this one doesn't have Fake Out, hopefully it'll be, and it's not shiny, hopefully it'll be putting in the work for us. Next up, we have got Jorge, the Electrifier, holding the Expert Belt currently with the Motor Drive, which actually is an electric type immunity, because some abilities are not updated to their future versions, like Storm Drain in this game, not a water type immunity. Learned that the hard way. So we got Motor Drive, which actually is an electric type immunity, which is really, really nice on our Electrifier here, which obviously I've talked about it many times. Electrifier, one of my all-time favorite Pokemon. I've never used in the playthrough, so I'm really, really, really excited to use this thing. Oh my gosh, I love Electrifier. And then electric type immunity, very, very nice for our Star Actor and potentially one of our other mods, which I haven't showed yet. With the moves Thunder Punch, which I could teach this thing Wild Charge, which they boosted to 100 base power in this game, but once again, I don't want to worry about recoil. It might be a mistake, guys, to not be running these recoil moves on our mons, but if I lost them on a recoil, I would definitely think it was my fault, and I'd be so upset. So I'd rather just not mess around with the recoil moves. So unfortunately, our best stab move to use on this thing is Thunder Punch, but hopefully we can boost it with like Magnet, things like that. Ice Punch, which is really, really nice coverage for those ground types. Earthquake, also really nice coverage, and then still close combat. This thing normally is a fighting type in the complete hack, In this game, it's not, so I do not get stabbed from close combat, but it's still a very, very strong move if we need it there. And then the electric type immunity with Motor Drive is going to be very, very nice for us. And then our last Pokemon, if you guys are still here, you guys are the real MVPs, man. Checking this out, I really was like, oh, yeah, I want this video to be like 10 to 15 minutes. Here we are at 35 minutes, man. I do not do anything fast. By the way, you guys like this layout? I know it's a side thing. It doesn't really matter, but look at this layout. I just threw it together. This is my layout for my Platinum Nuzlocke I did forever ago. I crossed out randomizer, just threw Renegade at the top. I absolutely love it. So we caught another Gyarados because some encounters in the water with fishing rods and stuff like that are limited. So didn't have an option. It was this thing or no encounter. So I was like, I'm going to catch another Gyarados. Thankfully, I ended up at least getting one with a neutral nature, whereas my other one was careful, which is better. But hey, it is what it is. Neutral nature, you take it. Intimidate ability, really, really nice. Currently holding the Mystic Water, boost power of water type moves. Water and flying typing Gyarados. Obviously, like I said, quad weak to electric, but we do have Electrifier, which is immune to electric, and then also Donphan, which is immune to electric. So that's really, really nice to have. And Intimidate ability hits very, very hard with that 254 base attack. With the moves Waterfall, Dragon Dance, Ice Fang, and Iron Head. This thing is our only Steel type coverage. This is our last one on the team, so it's our only Steel type move. So we have it on this thing in case we need it. This is what I'm talking about against the Empoleon. Hardwalled by the Empoleon, which is why I could have sent this thing in against the Berries Empoleon, but I was like, I can't do anything today. I was worried about it setting up on me potentially, so I was like, all right, I'll try Shiftry. Blizzard from full. I should have known better. Should have just gone out to Gyarados from the start. Could not touch me. Even crit Hydro Pumps, crit Grass Knots, we're just not doing it. Blizzard not doing it, man. I should have just went into this. I'd be fine. I'd still have my Shiftry with Fake Out, but hopefully our Shiftry that's got the up and speed nature without Fake Out will put in just as much work for us. But that's the team. What do you guys think of the team? Hopefully you guys like it. I'll go ahead and go real quickly over our box so you guys can see the other options here. But I do think this is our best team we could possibly make. Ice type is a little bit of a problem. Thankfully, there are no Ice type trainers in here because we do have these. You can see three weaknesses to Ice in these two. Only one resistant Ice, but hey, hopefully we can make it work. Like I said, there are no Ice type trainers in here, so I think we should hopefully be okay. Another thing I don't like about our team, our fastest mon is Staraptor at base 100. Another thing I don't like about our team, I have no like stally ways to kill something like Leech Seed, Toxic. I have none of that. I mean, Toxic is a TM, so I still could do it if I wanted to. But currently we do not. We don't have Leech Seed. And we have no special attackers. So our team is far from perfect. But hey, we're at the end here. Had a lot of deaths. Got to choose the best team we can. And I think this is the best team I could make. We do have Speed Boost Blaziken. We do have Priority on you. Priority on you. Priority on you. Yeah, I think this is the best team. And that gets me to the question today. Who do you guys think is going to be our team MVP in the run? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'd be really excited to see what you guys think about our team and about who you think the team MVP is going to be. Low-key, I think our team MVP is going to be Donphan. With that, it's going to eat up physical hits, put in a lot of work for us. Low-key, I think it's going to be our team MVP. Yeah, we got a shiny Miltank here. As you guys can see, we did catch the Giratina, but I put the Giratina in the PC because I want this to be difficult, man. I want this to be a challenge. That's what this is all about. This is what it made to be. So I was like, I don't want to use that crutch of using a legendary, even though I did have the Manaphy on the team one time. We're not going to talk about that. It was later on in the run, I decided I didn't want to use legendaries, so I could go get other legendaries like the Lake Trio and stuff like that, I think. But I decided, no, I don't want to use them. This is the Pokemon we have in this one with the good natures. We have some really good mods here, like Steelix. That Typhlosion is still alive. Also down in speed, Shiny Ghastly. We have this Lucario, which SS Super Saiyan Blue, if he's watching, is going to kill me for not having this thing on the team. It's Bold Nature, so it's a special attacker. We also have a modest Venusaur here. So we have some good mods. I thought about putting Venusaur over the Shiftry, but I really, really wanted that Psychic type immunity that Shiftry gives us. So, and then we have this thing, which I could have put on the team, but unfortunately has Quick Feet instead of Intimidate, which is not good. Obviously, Charizard is my favorite Pokemon of all time, but I just felt like the other Pokemon we have put in better work. And we do have Zubat here, which is base 130 when it's a Crobat, but it's a modest nature Crobat. And yes, special attacking Crobat is a thing, but you just can't replace that Aerodactyl, man. Aerodactyl, base 105 attack. Crobat with the modest nature is base 77. 105, 77. It's not going to be hitting nearly as hard. So I was like, this thing just isn't worth it, even though I know special Crobat's a thing, but it's just not going to hit hard enough, man. It's just not going to hit hard enough. It's just not going to be worth it. It's really just not. Some other shiny Pokemon. Oh my gosh, Torterra. We've had this thing since the beginning. I really, really wanted to put this thing on the team, guys, but I thought our other options would just be better for us. It has Shell Armor, so I can't be crit, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing in a Nuzlocke. I just like I said, I felt like our other options were the better ones. Then we have these ones with the bad nature. So, yeah, I think that I made the best possible team I could make. You guys are going to have to go ahead and let me know what you guys think in the comments, and also let me know your answer to the question today. Who do you think is going to be our team MVP? This video has gone on long enough, 40 minutes. If you guys watch this entire thing, you guys are amazing. When am I going to get this video up? I think Saturday is my goal to get this thing up. When am I going to be able to get the actual challenge video up? And I also might break that video down into multiple parts. If I'm fortunate to make it there, I might do the first 2 members, second 2 members of champion. Haven't decided yet. You can also let me know in the comments how you guys want me to handle that. May not matter, though, by the time I record it, but still, you can let me know. And hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. Hopefully you guys are hyped for the run. I do sincerely apologize again. This video went on way, way, way longer than I wanted it to. But thank you all so much for watching. Answer the question today. Hit that like button and comment anything else you guys want to say to me. Just love having conversations. Follow me on Twitter, @MetaMech, all that good stuff. Subscribe. You guys know the spiel. And hopefully you guys are excited for a run like I am, baby. I am really, really excited to put this thing to bed. Hopefully we can come out winners. Oh, man, I'm just so excited. So, without further ado, I'm going to end this video, and I will see you guys then. Peace.